बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आज के आपके वीडियो लेक्चर में हम आपके एग्ज़ाम के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सब टॉपिक्स डिस्कस करेंगे। क्या क्या आपके एग्ज़ाम में आ सकता है और आप लोगों ने कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है अपने एग्ज़ाम के लिए। तो फॉर द सब्जेक्ट एंड्रॉयड एप्लीकेशन डेवलपमेंट मैंने आपका एग्ज़ाम जो है आई डोंट थिंक इट्स रियली हार्ड, you guys will be able to do it easily. So in जो ये वाला वीडियो और नेक्स्ट वीडियो, make sure you guys watch it, prepare it, write it down on a register, so ताकि आप लोगों को एग्ज़ाम में कोई तकल्लुफ़ ना हो। Then again your exam is open book, so आप लोग साथ साथ अपना Android Studio भी open रख सकते हैं। I doubt that most students have Android Studio. आप लोगों से नहीं अगर इंस्टॉल हुआ तो make sure you make notes of this lecture ताकि आप जब अपना एग्ज़ाम स्टार्ट करें तो you can be done with it really quickly, because the allotted time for you guys is 2 hours. तो आपने 2 घंटों के अंदर एग्ज़ाम करना है अपना। तो let's go through everything. Not everything that we studied. Let's go through everything that's part of your syllabus and it's part of your exam. So I think I'll be discussing all of those topics that I think is related to your exam. Okay, so starting from the beginning, we know what Android Studio is. It's our integrated development environment that we're using to develop our Android applications. And we know that an integrated development environment is the whole package. जिधर ये completely वो environment है, it's integrated and it's for us to develop in, जहाँ पे हमें सारा कोड भी हम लिख सकते हैं। It's our editor, हमारा compiler है, हमारा console इधर है, हमने जो भी all the tools that we need to make an application, we have it in our integrated development environment, which is the IDE, and we're using Android Studio. Other than that, let's go through the small components through which we know that Android development is possible. So we know that development in the Android applications is based on Java. जो language हम use करते हैं, make sure you guys note this down, वो है Java, object oriented Java. The prerequisite for this course is Java, so object oriented programming, which is in Java basically. So अगर हमसे कोई पूछे तो आपने Android applications किस language में develop करनी है, तो it's Java. Bear in mind, it's Java. उसके बाद let's take a look at the kernel for Android. Android kernel. Okay, so Android is a mobile operating system based on the modified version of the Linux kernel. So Android is a mobile operating system. हमें पता है कि Android mobile का operating system है. Operating system is it's the means of communication between a user and a hardware. It's a software that is the means of communication. हमने अगर अपने मोबाइल के साथ कुछ communication करनी है, it's based on the operating system. मतलब it's a means of communication. हमने उससे बात करनी है, फिर operating system ने हमें वो काम करके देना है. So Android is a mobile operating system and it's based on the Linux kernel. So you guys have to note these things down, जो मैं आपको कह रहा हूँ, so you guys can do the exam. Your exam is an MCQ type, तो आपके पास 30 to 33 MCQs होंगे, 30, 31, 32, like this. 30 basically, keep in mind there are 30 MCQs. उसके लिए आपके पास 2 hours होंगे और आपने it's a really general exam because of coronavirus. हम लोगों ने इतने हम we did do a detailed study मगर I doubt that everybody follow along properly. अगर मैं in the class होता तो I would have gone through everything really detailed in a really detailed manner और आप लोगों के questions को भी answer कर सकता. But since we didn't have that privilege, so I'm going to go through all the components that are in the exam, and this video will help you achieve maximum marks in your exam. So make sure you guys note this down. Okay, so another question is, what is Android kernel? The kernel version is the Linux kernel version that the Android is based on. तो आपका Android just Linux, you guys know that Linux is also an operating system and it's an open source operating system. That means कोई भी इसको modify कर सकता है और they can use it, modify it, change it. That's what Linux is. So Android is based on Linux kernel, Linux. So the kernel version of Android would be the same as the Linux kernel version that it is based on. So these are basically, your exam is a MCQ exam, so it doesn't matter कि आप लोग को ये terms भी ना समझ आए. Just you guys know what it is. जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ, just follow it along, write it in a register. So you guys will be able to do your exam. उसके बाद we see कि Android किस कंपनी में develop किया है. So Android is developed by Google, but Android is also a company, so it's we will say Android. So make sure you guys know that Android is from the company. It is from Google, but the correct term is Android. So it's quite general, your exam. इतना general है कि I know हम लोगों ने इतनी we did do a lot of development implementation मगर I wasn't there to monitor you guys, so मुझे नहीं पता आप लोगों ने कितनी implementation की है खुद, तो इसलिए मैंने बहुत general exam बनाया. So it's really easy, it's really general. First of all, if you guys have internet, you guys have internet, of course, because you're doing the exam on the internet. So you guys can find these questions, answers from the internet. It's not not इनके answers नहीं मिलेंगे unless it's like more implement oriented जो हम देखेंगे. For example, जो code related चीज़ें हैं वो आपको आपके compiler में compile करके भी मिल सकती हैं. उधर से you can look around where the resources are, where the drawables are, आपको नज़र आ जाएंगी. If you're smart, you can like achieve maximum marks in this really easy exam because it's really general. आपको general चीज़ें पता होनी चाहिए. Android क्या है, Android किस पे based है, Android का latest version क्या है, and all of these things you can find from the internet. और Android की application develop करने के लिए हमें क्या चाहिए होता है? Do we need an Android phone or just laptop or what? So we don't really need an Android device to develop applications for Android. For that we can just use our laptop or PC. हमें Android device नहीं चाहिए. Unlike Apple के iOS, Apple, anything like that related to Apple, हमने अगर उनकी development करनी है, we need their products. We need an Apple based product to develop their applications. Okay, so let's open our Android Studio. Okay, so when we go on, first let's look at the activities. Activities is a main part of the development process. So let's look at the activities. What if I want a new activity? So what type of activities are there in Android? There's the basic activity, there's the empty activity. All of these are the activities, so you guys should know कि कौन सी activities हैं. After that, if we want to make a map based एक्टिविटी, हम एक एप्लीकेशन बनाना चाहते हैं जो गूगल मैप्स को इम्प्लीमेंट करे, तो we also have an activity for that. It's called Google Maps activity. Let me bring that a little up. Okay, तो अगर मैं एक ऐसी एप्लीकेशन चाहता हूँ जैसे कि करीम है, फूड पैंडा, बाइक या whatever, Uber, they all use Google Maps API, और based on that वो ट्रैक करते हैं real time locations and whatever. तो अगर मैं ऐसी एप्लीकेशन बनाना चाहता हूँ तो for that I use the pre-available Google Maps activity. Other than that, let's look at the folders. हम देखें हमारी सारी resources, हमारी सारी जो हम यूज़ करते हैं वो किस फोल्डर में है. It's in the resources folder, res resources. All the resources we can put. अगर हमें कोई अपनी एप्लीकेशन, इस एप्लीकेशन में, if you guys remember, this is the game for the box game that catches the balls. तो हमारी सारी जो resources हैं in the resources folder, it's in the drawable folder. तो हमारी सारी resources ये drawable के folder में हम रखते हैं, so we can assign them later. तो what's the syntax for this? Let's look at the syntax. जब हमने किसी चीज़ को, किसी resource को, for example ये black image है, तो मैंने अपने किसी object के साथ इसको associate करना है, assign करना है. तो here's the black. What's black? First of all, let's look at black. Black is an image view. That means image view type का ये object है, ये एक image view होगा, तो इसका नाम हमने black रखा है. तो इसको हमने उसके बाद assign करना है. जैसे हम integer को assign करते, हम पहले बताते हैं कंप्यूटर को ये एक integer होगा जिसका नाम num होगा, for example num mean number. तो फिर उसके बाद हम num को किसी चीज़ के साथ असाइन करते हैं, इसमें एक नंबर डालते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल 10, 11, 1, 2 whatever. उसी तरह हम बता रहे हैं कि एक इमेज व्यू है जिसका नाम ब्लैक है, उसके बाद ब्लैक को असाइन करें एक इमेज के साथ. हाउ आर वी असाइनिंग दैट इमेज? बाय फाइंड व्यू बाय आईडी. मेक श्योर यू गाइस नोट दिस डाउन. एंड उसके बाद इसके अंदर आईडी होती है, जो भी व्यू की आईडी होगी हम इस फंक्शन के अंदर एंटर करेंगे. सिंस हमने अपना इमेज ड्रॉबल के फोल्डर के अंदर डाला है, सो वी कैन रेफरेंस इट फ्रॉम आर फोल्डर. दिस इज द आर फोल्डर डॉट आईडी. यहाँ से हम उसकी आईडी को रेफरेंस करेंगे डॉट ब्लैक. इसकी जो भी आईडी हो इसी वो इधर से फेच कर लेता है. अदर देन दैट वी कैन ऑल्सो हैव द आईडीज फ्रॉम हियर. Here's black. तो हमने इसकी आईडी रखी थी black. Okay. Let's go back to our main. Okay. So let's look at the first function here. Oops. The first function here, जब हम program start करते हैं, it's the protected void on create bundle. So what the on create bundle is, it's the constructor, it's the first thing that executes on creation of the activity. So what the on create bundle is, it's the first callback method. Make sure you guys note this down. It's the first callback method. जब हमारी Android application development की process start होती है, हमारी application run होती है, तो it's the first method to be called, which is on create. Okay. उसके बाद let's go to the layout. Layout में हमने पढ़ा था layout क्या होता है, जिस तरीके से हमारी चीज़ों का layout है, setup है, how they look for us, for the user. So let's look at our activity main layout. This is how our game layout is. If you guys remember, तो ये क्या है, ये वो चीज़ है जो यूज़र को नज़र आ रही है. सो इट्स द लेआउट. तो लेआउट क्या होता है? It's a file. What's the XML? XML is a file that is used to store the content. जो भी content है हमारी application का, वो हमारी XML file में as a layout show होता है. So make sure you guys note down all of these points that I'm referencing. उसके बाद layouts में ये हम इनको as view लेते हैं. So what are views? View is the parent class for all the activity widgets. ये सारे जो widgets हमें नज़र आ रहे हैं, it's not ज़रूरी नहीं है कि हमें नज़र भी आ रहे हो. View is the parent class. जो भी widget होगा, it will inherit all these properties that the view has. So just remember, view is the parent class for all the activity widgets. Activity में जितने भी widgets नज़र आ रहे हैं, view is the parent class for that.